Hi guys, Neil from Neil Marsh Health and Fitness. Hope you're well. Just want to bring up a topic today that is in relation to motivation. So we're going to talk about motivation and people that kind of give up, people that are no longer motivated, and why is that? And I'm going to give you a few examples as to why you don't need to give up. Never stop believing in yourself and never stop going for what it is that you want to achieve. Just recently, some of you will know that I ran the Brighton Marathon, and I was really lucky on the start line. I guess me being me, that the way I can be sometimes is quite forthcoming, quite outgoing, and there was a lady standing there, and she had a jersey on which said 100 Marathon Club, which to be honest I hadn't seen before, but it had a name printed on it. Her name was Ruth. And I just said to her, "Oh, Ruth, hi, Ruth." And she, to be fair to her, just turned around and said, "Oh, hi." I said, "You've got 100 marathon vest on. What's that? What's that about? Does that mean you've done 100 marathons?" And she said, "Yeah. Today is the 429th marathon." So I asked her, "Do you mind me asking how old you are?" And she replied, 50. She actually started when she was 36. So in the last 14 years, she managed to do 429 marathons. Now, that's a lot of marathons each year. That might be an extreme case, but how many people lose their motivation at that age and then don't go on to do something else? They don't go on to try new things. They don't try to challenge themselves. It doesn't have to be in fitness, but as we're fitness, we're going to talk about that and talk about Ruth and how she managed to, from not being a runner to go and start at 36 years old to do 429 marathons. It's quite inspiring, really. It's something that I couldn't believe I was hearing, and really timely for my motivation on the start line of the Brighton Marathon, because to be honest, she popped into my head quite a bit throughout the race, because what excuse have we got, really? If we're there on the start line, we can make it. We can make it at least once. And then motivation and people losing it. Again, I want to mention two people. One lady who I've worked with for a number of years now, Jules, 55 years old. She ran the Brighton Marathon. We ran a bit of it together, and she took an hour and 9 minutes off her time, or an hour and 3 minutes, something like that, off her time. But it was over an hour, and that's incredible. It's an incredible story to listen to, and all that is a little bit of time and effort and a little bit of consistency going into something that she enjoys doing and has got passion about. So I think something I would say in relation to Jules is get that passion into something. Find something that you're passionate about. Even if it's in lifestyle, just forget fitness. It doesn't have to be fitness. It could be in life, anything. If you get passion for something, channel some consistent energy into that, and look at the good life that you'll get from it, the experience of life that you'll get from it. And then the last one I want to mention is a guy called Nigel, who's 59 years old and completed his second marathon recently. And to be quite honest, at 54 years old, Nigel was struggling and was, very unhealthy and led a fairly mundane lifestyle in terms of nutrition and alcohol, and he decided to give that up because he decided there was more to living and experience. And I went to school with his son just by coincidence. I met Nigel later on in life, and what was amazing was to see that his son Chris and him both ran the Brighton Marathon together, and they're sitting on the beach at the end, in the sun, smiles on their faces. And I just said to said to Nige, if when I went to school with Chris, I'd have said to you, would you imagine that you ever would run a marathon with your son? He said, no, never. So I don't want anyone to ever think you're too old or you haven't got the motivation to pull yourself out of a rut and go and do something, because these guys did. Nigel, Jules and Ruth, all in their 50s, all went and did something else, all went and had a go at a marathon. Why not? Give it a go, guys. Hopefully this has been of some use to you, even if it's just to give you a little bit of a story to get started for the week. And we will see you soon. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.